For your Act 2 of the Crucible prompt, I'm asking you to look at character motivations. In fact, let me just go ahead and pull it up. If we were face-to-face, I would have you repeat after me out loud. In fact, just in your own house, go ahead and repeat after me out loud, because studies show, believe it or not, a lot of studies show that just doing this one simple thing increases your likelihood of learning it. So just do it, okay? So repeat after me. I will be able to demonstrate an understanding of character motives and how they advance the plot of a narrative. I will be able to cite evidence from the text properly to support my answers. So yes, character motives is the big key one, and how they advance the plot, because a plot is advanced through conflict. Conflict is what we're looking for here, because the story really isn't interesting if there isn't like an interesting wrinkle to it, and usually the conflict is the wrinkle. Sometimes, most of the time, it is conflict between two characters. Sometimes it can be conflict between nature, like here of late with the weather and the pandemic, everything. It's been kind of like nature versus man is the conflict that's been like pushing our real world story narrative ahead. But in this particular narrative, it is the different motivations of the characters conflicting with one another that help push the plot forward and make it interesting and worth reading. So yes, motivations is just the thing that makes the character, like forces the character to act the way they do. What does the character want? What does the character want to accomplish? What is driving the character? That is their motivation. So what I want you to do in at least 400 words total, answer the following two questions. What motivates John Proctor, Elizabeth Proctor, Reverend Hale, and Mary Warren? Those four characters. Those are kind of the only four characters we interact with. We have a couple others that show up at the very end of this particular act, but those are the four main characters that we're looking at. John Proctor, Elizabeth Proctor, Reverend Hale, Mary Warren. Those four characters are the ones that carry most of the weight. And so what motivates each of those characters? What are their motives? What's driving them? What do they want? And then how do these particular motives conflict with one another? So how do they not line up with one another, and how do they cause this conflict to occur? So how is John Proctor's motivations different from Mary Warren's motivations? How is Elizabeth Proctor's motivations different from Mary Warren's motivation? How is John Proctor and Elizabeth Proctor's, both of their motivations conflict with one another? Reverend Hale, he's a wild card in there. How does his motivations conflict with all of the rest of them? So what motivates those four characters, and how do these motives conflict with one another? And you need to make sure you cite evidence from the text to help support your answers. So you're looking for dialogue there and actions of the characters to help support your thoughts behind why this is what motivates them. This is what causes the conflict. All right. So that is the assignment. 400 words over the prompt. This prompt will be due the day after we finish reading Act 2. If you have any questions, please email me, pdavidson@portugal.k12.mo.us. See you later.